All right, there it is, the freshly painted steering box and column. I'm going to install that today, and then after I install it, I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I got to set the backlash and the force, and then fill it with grease. In the meantime, I'm going to get this ready to go in. So before I put this in, it's fresh paint on the column and the box. Not really concerned about the box because it's black, but I don't want to scratch that column as I slide it up into this this hole in the firewall. I'm just putting some couple rags there. I'm going to tape them down so they don't go flying when I put this in. And hopefully, what is that? That's the pedal. Put that right there. And I'll lift that into place. I spent the better part of the morning cleaning out the garage. I've been looking for a couple of gaskets and some screws to hold the passenger side mirror on. It's driving me insane. I know I bought them from Classic Auto and I can't find them. Really easy. Oop, there's a scratch right there probably. Easy. There it is. Gotta go back about an inch, but I want to get this. This is the inner gasket, maybe? I don't know what you call this, but I know it fits through the hole because it came out, obviously. I think it goes in, lift up. Nope. Why would that not go in? Maybe the rags in too big? No. Bring it over here. There it is. Right in place. Now it's just a matter of getting the holes lined up. Ooh. Easy, easy, easy. It's funny because it's rocking all over the place. But I got the bolts right here. Was I smart enough to bring a wrench? No, I wasn't. But I do recall bolts on the outside, nuts are on the inside. Here's one. Two. Three. And then this is just a bolt that bolts into a threaded part of the housing. Get underneath. Reach up under here, find the hole. Feeling for it, and I'm not finding it. Might have to lay on my back and look up. There it is. Come on. So close. Nope, cannot find it. What I'm doing is dropping the nuts and the washers everywhere. So now, short a washer, there it is. Let me work on maybe this one here. That I can feel the stud. And I got the bolt started. I'll go get my impact. A lot of people made fun of my impact because I used a 3/8 with the, I was saying I took a lot of slack online for a short video I posted of me removing this pitman arm with a pitman arm puller. And when I put the puller on, I snapped one of these drivers. These are $2.99 from Harbor Freight, but a lot of people said I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. And I do not deny that. I'm not an expert at anything. Only learned all this from watching the internet, watching other YouTubers and what they do. And that's how I learn. This is me in fast motion putting the nuts and bolts together and getting them all tightened down with the impact, crawling underneath to get the last bolt tightened up, only to have to loosen it all up later on, which I cut out because I had to put the collar on inside the cab under the dash that connects the dash to the steering column and locks that in place. It took me quite a while to do that. But once I got all that done, then it was ready to put the grease in, which is shown later in the video. And I hope you hang around and watch the rest of the video. I think it gets a little more interesting. And there's a surprise visitor at the end. And thanks for watching. Excellent. There it is. Installed. Bring you over, take a look. So there it is, installed. Like I said, I still got to put the grease in. Still up in the air what to use. Cornhead grease from John Deere seems to be what everybody uses. I happen to have some 00 grease from Tractor Supply. I don't know what the grade is on that. That, I believe, is the backlash, unless that thing's moving. So that gets adjusted. There's a screw on the other side here. And then there's an adjustment here for how tight the system is. So I got to make those adjustments. I believe I make them after the grease is in. And I have to get a gauge, almost like a fishing scale, those handheld fishing scales. Tell how much force is on the steering wheel. But I'm more concerned about this backlash because that's just slop in the gear, and I believe that could be adjusted out. Well, it took a little bit of fighting, but I got this new gasket in. It's thicker than the original one, which is feels like plastic because the rubber's hardened over the years. I could probably have reused it. I had it in before, but what I did is I put it in the my spare column. I squeezed it to get it to kind of form a shape, get it to fit. And now I got the screws started. I'm probably blocking the light with my shoulder. Just tightening these guys up. Those cage nuts seem to be holding. Just reach my hand up behind the dash and confirming that the cage nuts are in their cage and they're not spinning. Took a real while to get this second one started, but once I got it started, it should tighten up now. I just go one side to the other. That's solid. Now that the steering column's in and the gearbox is in, I'm just going to close up some of these details. This is a blank off plate. This plate you don't need if you have 3 on the tree or column shift. So that goes there. There's 4 holes for that to line up. Where is it? There it is. And then this slides on top of that and screws to that. So I'm going to get these 4 holes in. And then there's a neoprene gasket, which is in pretty rough shape. If I can find an old mouse pad, I might cut a new one out. There it is. Found the screws. I put the old gasket in. It's not that hard if I have to take it out. It's 2 screws, make a gasket. I'm sure I'll come across a neoprene mouse pad to cut a new gasket out of one of these days. I'm just not going to go out of my way to look for it right now. Got plenty of other things to do. Speaking of other things to do, it's time to put the grease in the in there. I gotta pop that open, but I'm using the this is from Tractor Supply, 00 grease, or cotton spindle grease is what it's called. I think it's about the same viscosity as the John Deere. Why am I forgetting the John Deere grease that everyone else uses? This is very similar to it, I think. But I'm going to go find a wrench to open that up. So I've been at this about 20 minutes. I still haven't got it filled up yet. I think I only want to fill it up to about here, from what I understand. But see, I got the arm all the way back. I put the steering wheel on and turned it all the way to the left. That drew the thing all the way up, so there's a big opening for the fluid to go into, because it's settled. It's self-leveling grease is what this basically is. So I don't know if it's as thick as the John Deere, but it's very similar, and it's what I have, and it should be fine. I'm pretty sure I saw in the manual that you're supposed to use a grade 0 grease. I was looking for an SDS sheet online for this stuff. I couldn't find anything. I just saw the specifications said it was very similar to a John Deere product 360 or 380, which is a cotton spindle grease, as I guess opposed to a cornhead grease. But you know, I got about, I would say, 2/3 of the bottle already in there with no end in sight. It just keeps going in. I guess if I got to go to Tractor Supply tomorrow and pick up more, I'll do that. Oh, it's starting to overflow. Nope. I don't know if you can see it. If you got enough light to see it going down the hole. And it just disappears. Let that sit there for a minute. Show you what's going on in here. I got to clean this mess up. So I've been looking for 2 screws and a gasket for the mirror basically all day between things, and have not found them yet. Have you seen them? Find anything yet? That dog don't hunt. You ever hear that expression? Yeah, you don't hunt. You don't play. What do? You just look cute. Okay.